Shalom. The summer of 2014 was like a roller coaster, not only in Israel, but for Jews all over the world. Two major stories followed us during this unique and difficult summer. Number one, the kidnapping of 3 teenagers whose only crime was the fact that they wanted to go home after a week of learning in their yeshiva high school. Maybe their only crime was the fact that they were Jews. The kidnapping, 18 days of world Jewish prayers, hopes, fears, rallies, letters, and then the finding of their bodies and the funerals and the fact that they were murdered. It was called Operation Brother's Keeper, which in many ways is a very clear answer to the ancient biblical question, am I my brother's keeper? And our answer as Jews all over the world to the question, the eternal question, am I my brother's keeper? Our answer was yes. I doubt that any other country in the world would send 13,000 soldiers, troops, to look for 3 missing teenagers, day and night, for 18 days. I want to add in here my own personal family story, because my great-grandmother and great-grandfather were also kidnapped in a pogrom in Ukraine. They disappeared until today. Who could look for them? What army cared about them? My grandmother grew up as an orphan. And today, with all the difficulties, realizing we have a country, we have a people, we have an army, and we care. And we're willing to do something because we care. Throughout the world, it's not only a story about the Jews in Israel. Throughout the world, there were prayers, there were hopes, there was emotional participation, spiritual participation, because yes, we are our brother's keepers. And in day-to-day life, we don't always notice that, we don't always remember that. Sometimes there's competition between Jews even. Sometimes there are rifts, arguments, even more severe situations. Even here in Israel, as we all know, many times the headlines share with us how one guy knocked the other, how one group is fighting the other group, and suddenly we remember the truth. Ignore the headlines for a second. We are one people. Am Yisrael Echad. We are one mutual caring people. And the name of the operation in English is Brother's Keeper, which is nice, because the answer is yes. But in Hebrew it's even better. In Hebrew it was called Shuvu Achim. Return, brothers. Come home, brothers. And what it meant is that we were looking for these 3 teenagers. We were looking for them to come home. And it was like a prayer, expressing our hopes, our prayers, that they would come home. Come home, Shuvu Achim, come home, brothers. And while looking for them, we found ourselves. We found who we really are as a people. We found what it really means to be Jewish, to be part of this unique, special nation. And we suddenly understand that this call, Shuvu Achim, return brothers, is not only talking about 3 teenagers, may they rest in peace, but it's talking about us, return brothers. How can we continue in day-to-day life, when things get back to usual, how can we continue to feel such a deep commitment, such a deep involvement in Israel, in the people of Israel, in the Torah of Israel, in what it all means for us, Because the easiest thing to do is to go back to the day-to-day run. But the challenge, what we have to ask ourselves, is not only, I wish, halavai, that it would continue this great feeling of being one people, of caring, of being part. We have to get up and do something about it in order for it to continue, in order for us to be capable to continue to express what we really are as Am Echad, as Am Yisrael Chai. Together we can do it. B'hatzlacha.